Okay, so this question says, given the expression shown, we're to select all the statements that would make this statement true. And the expression is g of f, g times f is equal to 0. So based on what we know to be true, we know that according to the zero product property, either g is equal to 0 or f is equal to 0. So let's look at the statements that they have here. Well, one says both g and f are positive numbers. That would not be true, because if g and f are positive, then you won't end up with a 0. So we know the first statement would not be true. G is positive and f is negative. If you think about it, a positive multiplied by a negative will give a negative result. You're not ending up with 0, so we know that this would not be true. One of the terms must be equal to 0. So according to the zero product property, 0 times anything gives 0. So if one term is equal to 0, then we know that the entire product is going to be equal to 0. So that could work. It says both g and f are negative. If you think about it, a negative multiplied by a negative will give a positive result that's not equal to 0. Both g and f could be equal to 0. So again, 0 times 0 gives 0, so this could work. So the two statements that could work would be one of the terms must be equal to 0, or both g and f could be 0. Now the second part of this question says that we are to write a pair of values for both g and f that would make the statement true. So for example, if I said g was equal to 5 and f was equal to 0, then 5 times 0 would be equal to 0. Right, so if you give anyone a 0, if you make any one of the terms a 0, then your product is going to be equal to 0, so that makes this statement true. Or if you make both of them 0, that would be true. And then the last one, it says write a pair of possible values for both g and f that would make the statement false. So for example, if I made g is equal to -5 and f is equal to, say, -2, then g times f would become -5 times -2, which would give me a +10. So that is not equal to 0. So that would work.